Hello, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of TSNAS. That name again stands for This Show Needs a Name. I'm not creative enough to have a name for my channel, so I don't know, game show thing. I can't think of a better name. So really, I was trying to go with the Dog Zed ones for a while, but that one makes me look like an ass now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and open the floor to you guys. This is Psychopath's Mandatory Happiness. If any of you watched me a few years ago, this is one of the first games I actually tried to play on this channel, and the quality was very low because at the time I didn't have a capture card, so I ended up using the onboard PS4 one. And let me tell you that it only recorded up to 15 minutes, so my videos would usually be 15 minutes long, and those didn't go so well. Or I could stream, and streaming really kind of lowered the quality as well. So I went ahead and I have a capture card now, better console and everything, so I'm able to do that more than I am. Long story short, I'm able to make things better than I was 6 years ago. But yeah, this is Psychopath's Mandatory Happiness. This is honestly one of my favorite lesser known, not lesser known, but one of my favorite anime series that a lot of people don't talk about. Sado Marine City, National Hospital. Far above the man-made dome of the once renowned Metro Paradise stood an ivory tower. And within this tower lie part of the city's core functions. And deep within it, he infiltrated the tower's core with ease.
なんて簡単なんだろう。ネットの壁は紙より薄いな。セキュリティシステムの扉は子供部屋の鍵よりもたやすく開くじゃないか。
I know that voice actress. I think I know who she is. He whispered to himself. He had avoided social interactions for so long that he now only spoke to himself.
この塔の中にあるはずなんだ。僕の新しいおもちゃがどこに隠してあるんだろう。
He searched and searched for his toy, which he had to be somewhere.
見つけた。
There it was, his toy, the neurosurgery room, as written on the hospital map. It was his first time touching it, but with only a glance he knew.
これは僕のために作られた人形だ。こんなところにしまい込んでおいちゃかわいそうだ。さ、今から君は僕の体となって動くんだ。行こう。僕には使命がある。お母さんから託された大切な使命が。
It's my cat walking by.
人を幸せにする。それが僕の使命だ。
I can't pause or access a menu right now.
そうだよね、お母さん。
I'm gonna be this guy because I can be a male voice actor. I know it's a weird reason, but that's why. Why are things turned out like this? How do I menu?
出せよ、出してくれよ。俺はあいつを。
There we go. Okay. I'm not trying to do tips, damn it. There we go. Config, sound, voice setting. There we go. I guess I can just be the guy now, I think. Oh, 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to answer a message from my father. Alright, I can just be this guy's voice. Awesome. Okay, what did I do for the... Alright, I somehow messed up my... God damn it. One of these buttons will have the thing pop back up. What the fudge? There is a way to... Now, I know what that button does. I know what that button... There we go. Me out of here. I have to... Why? Where did I go wrong? Such a futile question. I had been born and raised in a rural city far away from Tokyo. There we go. The civil system judged humans, leading them to the path that maximized their future happiness. Education, marriage, employment, anything. The judgment that had been given to me was to live and die in that rural city. That was fine. It's not like I didn't like it there, but I did regret obeying Sybil. Would it have been better to go against Sybil's judgment and seek employment in Tokyo after all? I knew it wasn't possible, but I couldn't help but think about it. The world was a place where one couldn't get a job unless Sybil deemed them suitable. Even if I went against it and came to Tokyo, the only thing that I could have expected to happen was to fail finding a job, and then becoming homeless. Then again, there was my childhood friend, Yukari Himikawa. Unlike me, she had the aptitude to study medicine in Tokyo. Such different paths, but I loved her. Yukari, what are you up to right now? One day, Yukari just disappeared. It made no sense that she didn't contact her parents or me. So I came to Tokyo searching for her, but she was nowhere to be found. The school she attended, the place she worked at, I looked everywhere, but nobody knew where she'd gone. It was useless. Everyone just said the same thing as I did. One day, Yukari Himikawa just vanished out of thin air. A resignation letter to her employer. That was the last time anyone heard from her. She never handed in her work or popped up out of the blue. As I searched for her, I became reckless. It wasn't long before my hue clouded my crime and my crime coefficient rose. As a result, I became a latent criminal. I'm a fool. Such a damn fool. However, my chance at salvation appeared right before my eyes. Ginoza.
剣拓也だな。俺は公安局刑事課のギノザ信近だ。君に執行官適性が出ている。執行官になる気はないか？
That was my ticket out of hell. I jumped at the chance and never looked back. I guess my protagonist voice is just my regular voice. Sorry, everybody. So the Public Safety Bureau, huh? This is where I work now. Man, I'm so touched. I've always wanted to be a police detective.
でか。正しくは執行官だ。
Well, they're more or less the same thing, aren't they, Inspector Ginaza? Both arrest criminals, right?
それも正しくは潜在犯だ。まったく。お前は何度言えばわかるんだ。
Yeah, latent criminals refer to those above a certain crime coefficient, regardless of whether they've committed a crime or not, correct?
彼らは潜在的に社会に害悪をなす可能性がある。そうなる前に確保、隔離するのが刑事課の仕事だ。
See, one of the things I always liked about this series, this setting, was it's a lot like Minority Report, which was a Tom Cruise movie if you haven't seen it, about the police used like people that could tell the future and they would arrest people for future crimes. It was a weird but very interesting concept. Yeah, like how I used to be. But I was in a good mood, so I kept that thought to myself. Sure, I had dreamed of being a detective since I was a kid. More importantly, if I was in the PSB, I knew I'd have a better chance at finding more about Yukari's whereabouts. For that reason, I was in pretty high spirits.
何をニヤニヤしている。さっさと行くぞ。
All right.
執行官デバイスの使い方も把握しておけ。特に色素チェッカーの使い方には慣れておくんだ。メンタルケアは重要だからな。
It wasn't uncommon to find programs that could check your own hue, but the PSB's special model was quite unique. It was built into our wrist comms. Of course, it's not all fun and games. The fact that they issued such a device said a lot about the stress that came with being a detective. Mental care is a personal responsibility, so be diligent, Ginaza said sternly. Then he gave me a detailed tutorial about the device. He was really helpful. I checked my hue again. It was way better than before. It was like the first rays of sunlight on a clear morning. Apparently, this color is called nasturtium orange. Nasturtium orange. Before it had a chance to worsen, detectives are required to take mental supplements. That's our duty, apparently. And any medication was paid for at the public's expense. But then again, I shouldn't need that anytime soon. Hint, hint. This is a prequel to the show, so.
おい、常森監視官。二人を連れてどこへ行く？
We walked down the corridor. Ginaza stopped the three ladies coming from the other direction. I thought the criminal investigation department was full of tough men, but right before me stood a variety of women. Gorgeous, cool, and cute. Takane! She was the main character from the show, if you haven't seen it.
前から気になってたんだけど、私たちだけじゃお出かけできないでしょ。あかねちゃんに頼んだらいいって言ってくれたし。
確かに執行官外出時の付き添いも監視官の仕事だが、常森、あまり執行官と慣れ合うなよ。
私もちょうどお昼を食べようと思ってたところですし、一人で食べるより誰かと一緒の方が美味しいですから。
そうか。
I didn't think there was any need for him to make such a bitter face.
ところで、そちらの男性は？
ああ、新しく配属された執行官だ。
Takuma Tsurugi. Nice to meet you, ladies.
あら、いい男じゃない。私は空の森シオン、分析官よ。詳しいことは分析室にでも来てちょうだい。
分析官とは街頭スキャナやカメラのデータ解析、死因の分析などいろいろと連携して動くことは多い。覚えておけ。
私は監視官の常森茜です。それでそっちがあなたと同じ執行官の国塚弥生よ。
I really like her. Yayoi was really neat. Miss Kanamori, Miss Tsunemori, and Miss Kunizuka. I see. Man, it puts me in really high spirits to get to work with such beautiful faces.
バカなことは言ってないで、さっさと行くぞ。あ、常森。昼休みの規定時間内には戻ってくるように。
Gina's you're such a cock blocker, bro. I'm trying to get these people to be nice to them, and you're just like swooping in like a big blocker.
急ぎましょう。金森さん、国
You keep Brock blocking me. That's a Venture Brothers reference if anyone gets it.
また後でね、剣くん。
ここが刑事課一係のオフィスだ。普段はここに詰めて仕事をしてもらうことになる。
Yep. So this place is... The office was less organized than I'd expected. I wondered if everyone in here was an enforcer. They all seemed to be doing as they pleased. My name's Takuma Tsurugi, and I've been assigned to the CID's Division 1 as of today. I look forward to working with you all. As I continued to bow, I noticed a middle-aged man with the presence of a veteran detective stand up from a seat in the back. Hey, Masaoka. I liked Masaoka. He was awesome. This whole show was really good. I just haven't been able to watch it again. Take it easy, you say. And you are?
お前さんと同じ執行官の正岡智美だ。あっちの坊主が香狩修正、そっちが鴻上信也。どっちも執行官だ。
Shinya's awesome.
まあ、執行官同士よろしく。
I noticed a stack of manga piled above Kagari's desk. Could it be? Wow, wasn't that a vintage shonen manga? Oh man, I remember this cover. It was one of my favorites. Excited, I picked it up. I always thought I'd only be able to find these in museums, but I never thought I'd actually get to see a real paperback up close, much less hold it.
何もしかしてあんたも結構イケる口
Yeah, I cried when he fell to his death as he fought the enemy.
へえ、剣拓磨だっけ結構話せるじゃん。俺はこっちのライバル集結会が好きなんだよね。
Oh, I totally understand. I think I'm gonna get along with you really well, Shu. You really know you really know what's up if you read paperback manga.
身内の影響で最近ハマっててさ、紙の漫画探すの苦労したんだぜ。
I personally have volumes 1 through 8 of Soul Eater, the Perfect Edition, over there on my shelf. Yeah, I like retro stuff, or rather just cool stuff, like smoking and mahjong. It just feels manly, like part of a detective's repertoire. That's very... I don't know. I guess smoking and drinking would be the American equivalent for detective stuff.
お、とっつぁん、こいつはカモが来たぜ。
おお、撃てるなら今夜早速囲むか。新人の親睦会って名目でな。
Sounds like a plan. I'd be happy to join.
執行官同士、親睦を深めるのは勝手だが、仕事は真面目にやる。
はいはい。でも今昼休みっすよ。
お前もいつもそう張り詰めてないで、たまには息抜きも必要だぞ。
Spoilers for those who haven't seen the anime. Ginoza actually ends up becoming an enforcer under Akane later in the series. This is like in between. I think it's like not a. It's in between like certain parts of the anime, if I remember correctly, because the first episode was Akane getting assigned to the division like this. So, but Ginoza ends up, because major spoilers, Masaoka ends up dying, and that drives Ginoza over the edge because Masaoka is actually Ginoza's dad. Big plot twist, big spoiler. Sorry, everybody. Yeah.
メンタルセラピーには定期的に通っている。ところで、クマたちはどうした？
Also, Kogami was an inspector before, and he was an enforcer. He went over the edge when he lost somebody too.
花を摘みに勤務中だぞ。
It's a euphemism for going to the restroom.
あって紛らわしい。手洗いなら手洗いと言え。
Due to our roles, there was a gap between inspectors and enforcers, but Ginaza might actually be quite fun. Then again, it was still easier to be with the enforcers. As I thought about such things, a woman entered the office.
ただいま戻りました。そちらの方は？
本日付で配属となった執行官の剣拓馬だ。剣、彼女は最近配属された監視官の久我たちなでしこ。新人ではあるが、我々と同じくお前。
Oh yeah, that's the other girl you could have chosen at the beginning.
久我たちです。剣執行官。
When I peered into this woman's cold eyes, I felt a sudden tightness in my heart for some reason.
私はあなたを刺激し、監視する立場です。慣れ合いは必要ないと考えますが、最低限職務に不可欠な協力と従属を期待します。
Oh, okay. A stern voice and a rational speaking pattern, totally different from her appearance, but that presence of hers reminded me of Yukari.
剣執行官、聞こえていますか？
Yeah, sorry. I heard you. It's just that you really remind me of an old friend, so I was a little surprised.
申し訳ありませんが、あなたの名前を私は先ほどまで知りませんでした。あなたと私が知人であった可能性は限りなくゼロに近いと思われます。
No, I understand. Plus, you look totally different from her anyway. Even then, her indifference and calculative reasoning reminded me strongly of Yukari, and I felt my chest ache. However, I didn't let this sentimentality overtake me. I had decided to find Yukari, and I wasn't about to let this woman I just met stop me. Looking forward to working with Ms. Kigatachi. From now on, we're detectives till the very end. Wait for me, Yukari. I'll definitely find you, no matter where you may be. ... First mission came quickly. As my hue worsened, I had sunk further into the bypass. I hated yet yearned for Tokyo, the city that had taken her from me. How ironic it was it took me in as a detective. Moreover, my first case wasn't in Tokyo. Sato Marine City, my hometown. Who would have thought I'd come back here so soon? Sato Marine City, Niigata Prefecture, a floating dome-like city wedged between the mainland, Sato, and the Noto Peninsula, often referred to as the Metro Paradise. It once had a bright future as a mining base for methane hydrate, but now there's nothing more than a desolate mining town destined to perish. With the widespread usage of drones, the northern region became an unmanned granary. Likewise, as the mining became automated, the people began leaving Sato Marine City. The decline in population had already begun since when I was a kid. Those in the suburbs left first. As a result, the abandoned district grew. Yukari and I had grown up in this dying city as neighbors. We often looked out our windows together, gazing at the streets that spread across the city's glowing center. However, I think we always knew that behind all the bright lights laid a vast expanse of ruins, which was always inching closer. Strange turn of events, isn't it? However, thanks to that, I may already be of use since I'm pretty familiar with the city. I'm speaking too fast. Right on. A few hours prior. The incident had been caused by some dumb kid. With that being said, we still couldn't just leave him be. It was a kidnapping after all.
行方不明となっているのは松方しおり。昨夜から帰宅していないとの訴えが両親からあった。
The girl shown on the monitor was quite pretty, cute face, clear eyes, age 16. Seemed like she was attending high school in Tokyo.
遊び盛りじゃないの？俺らみたいな潜在犯でないんならさ。
お前とは違って松方しおりのサイコパスはクリアカラーだ。しかも不審な点がある。
Suspicious.
これを見ろ。
The picture in the monitor changed. It was from a street camera and showed Shiori Matsukata smiling. Smiling at some kid, but only the back of his head was visible. It seemed like they were going into an automated taxi together.
この坊やは
今のところ正体はつかめていない。
They seemed to be on good terms. Just look at her face. What a nice smile. Doesn't she look like she just met an old friend?
私もそう感じました。この二人は旧知の間柄だと思います。
Why do you think so, Miss Tsunamori?
根拠となる情報があります。唐野森さんが街頭カメラの映像を分析して見つけ出したんですけど。
By analyzing and extracting footage from the street cameras and scanners, finding these high school students was going to be a breeze. All we had to do was follow their tracks. As expected, there wasn't a clear shot of the suspect's face, but the conversation between the two could be heard clearly. They were bickering about something.
今日は来てくれてありがとう。急に訪ねてくるからびっくりしちゃった。でも、
過去形？待てよ、まだいいだろ。
もう帰んなきゃ。門限だもん。
はあ？お前東京じゃ一人暮らしだろ？なんなの門限って。
ホームセクレタリー AI がログ取ってるの。門限は19時。それを過ぎたら家族へ連絡が行く。すぐにママから電話がかかってくるよ。
ばっかじゃねえの。そんなに娘が信用できねえの？だったら東京なんか行かせなきゃいいだろ。
ねえ、私勉強するために東京へ来たの。家族だって私の将来を考えて。
俺はどうなる？置いていくのか？なあ、帰ろうぜ。また一緒の高校で俺と。
Huh. Suddenly, it seemed like Shiori's cell phone started ringing.
ママからだ。ごめん。ほんともう限界。私行くね。何すんの？
The male suspect grabbed Shiori's cell and shoved his own cell in her face. The hollow image projected from his phone was of Shiori in her middle school uniform. She was asleep, hunched over. Oh my god, hunched over, and her skirt was all wrinkled.
いつ撮ったの？
かわいいだろ。同じクラスにいた頃のお前だ。3D 高精細モードで撮影してあるから、どんな角度からでもバッチリ映ってるはずだ。こいつをお前の友達全員に送りつけてやる。お前の携帯端末からな。
やめて。消して。早く。
Shiori desperately lunged for the phone. The male suspect ran away, taunting her. Then they both vanished from the street camera's view. That was all the evidence we could retrieve. That uniform in the hollow. I feel like I've seen it before. Like every Japanese high school ever. I'm just kidding. Nope. It's not like that. Miss Tsunamori, that uniform is a hollow image of Shiori Matsukata. What school is it from?
地元の中学校の制服みたいですね。
Sato Marine City. So then it must be in that methane hydrate mining sector in Niigata, right?
よく知ってますね。
新潟の中学の制服までフォローしてんの？すっげえマニアック。
No, that's not it. Sato Marine City is my hometown.
故郷。私の記憶からは欠落している情報です。
Without any of her memories, she probably felt a bit empty, not knowing where her hometown was. But she didn't seem despondent, and questioned Miss Tsunemori instead.
重要参考人の少年は佐渡海上市で松方しおりと同じ中学校に通っていた可能性がある。そう理解してよろしいですね、常森監視官。
その通りです。
この映像の後、彼女は
消息はまだつかめていない。重要参考人の少年も行方をくらましている。
街頭カメラを避けて移動し始めたってことか。少なくとも重要参考人の坊やにはヤバい真似をしてるって自覚はあるらしいな。
東京都内、特に北陸方面の街頭カメラ、スキャナ、その他公安局管轄のデータ収集システムによる記録内容は確認したか？
紹介中だが期待はできない。都市外の情報インフラは立ち遅れているし、そもそも北陸地域は穀倉地帯だ。無人の場所に設置数は限られる。
Outside of Tokyo, Hokuriku region? Wait, are you?
重要参考人の少年は松方しおりに訴えていました。もう一度一緒に故郷へ戻ろうって。
It's my phone. Are you serious? Apparently such things had happened long ago. I once heard about it from Yukari after she read a classic novel she liked. I think it was called Eloping. Shoot, my phone's messy.
北陸ブロックより緊急通報。新潟県佐渡海上市海底ライナー駅該当スキャナーにて利用客の色素悪化を検知。ドローンの警告を無視し逃亡とのことです。
Thorough investigation was conducted at once. All street scanners among underwater subway stations were analyzed, and footage from the cameras were reviewed. Shiori Matsukata's terrified face popped up in a pixelated 2D image. As the male suspect forced Shiori onto the train, his face could now be clearly seen. It was easy to identify him now. Aruto Sato, age 16, born in Sato Marine City, where he currently attends a local high school. Aruto's hue was dark orange color, quite cloudy. Thankfully, Shiori's hue was not worsened that much.
佐藤春人の色素はダークオレンジ。衝動的な犯罪成功が疑われるカラーで、早急なセラピーが必要です。
How will the Dominator react? Is he a target for execution?
それはドミネーターを向けてみるまでわかりません。潜在犯化している可能性でしたら低くはありませんが。
Thought so. Good. We might take him in time. He might be spared the fate I had of being sent to an isolation ward, and may still be able to return to society. However, the fact is that his hue had deteriorated. We, the PSB CID's Division 1, rushed to the scene, Sato Marine City, my hometown, which we discussed a minute ago.
ねえ、いつまで私を連れ回す気なの？
Alrighty, I'm gonna call that an episode. We're at 35 minutes.
今夜も野宿するの？
Later, everybody.
私、シャワー浴びたい。
Later. Have a good one.